come afterwards. So even though you might not have that much balance and flexibility and all that stuff with your legs, it doesn't mean that you can't spar and be successful against somebody that's highly trained. Because blocking, knowing how to block and getting away from these dangerous attacks is not that hard. But to be able to do all these nice, quick, swift kicks, that's hard. But knowing how to basically time it and invade is not that hard. So I'm going to show you guys that, get good at that. And then as you get good at that, comfortable with that, then you can start adding in elements to get better at developing more artisticness and creativeness. Because there's a self-defense aspect, like this is bread and butter, this is business, this is what we're going to take care of business. And then there's the kind where we're adding more on top of that. You understand? So let's say let's have Shazay and Desmond go first, right? And then you just you're gonna come right next. Now watch as they do it. I'm gonna break it down and give my feedback on what I wouldn't really suggest, some things that I would say would be mistakes.
So we should pause when you start to speak?
No, when I start to speak, I'll pause and I'll be like, okay, this is what I would do differently. Okay? So I want you guys to go ahead and spar as normal, but this time it's the same touch contact. We want to have a high speed but with control. Okay. You know, like high speed touch. Okay? Let's go. So with your kick, every kick, you want to put more, especially when you're sparring, you want to have more like a spring to it. Like say I put there's a spring, I put it down and then go boom. That's how it needs to be. The kick needs to be like basically just boom and then come back. Like you can't just throw it out like this. It needs to be like more like boom, like right back. You need to throw less kicks that have more concentrated energy rather than more kicks that have half the energy. You understand? Okay. So rather than throwing 5 punches like this, I'd rather have you throw boom, one like that. Rather than have you throw 5 kicks like this, I'd rather have you concentrate the energy and focus on getting recovery as quick as possible. Because you cannot afford to have them catch your leg. So you need to, the technique that comes out has to be really quick, but also the technique coming right back has to be quick. Okay? And if you're going to kick high, then you better make sure that you make it really fast. Okay? Alright, let's go. So your kick was decent, but you didn't retract it. You just went, you need to kick and boom and then bring it back. You have to bring back the kick quick. Okay, because you came out quick, but then you just dropped it. That's not good. Because when you come here and you're landing here, this is not a good stance. Yeah. And then once he holds it out, it just makes it easier for him to hold it, catch it. So you need to retract it. When you retract it, you're back into the fighting stance. Now you kick, now you can still move as you retract it. Okay? Alright. Go. Yeah, that's good, good.
Ooh. Okay? Yeah.
Pause. You keep doing this, and you can all learn this. You can all learn this better when you kick, let your hands move in a more natural movement. You're too much kicking like this.
Okay.
And it's not making your kicks, it's making your kicks slower, and it's putting you in a bad position for the follow-up. Because always think of it in this terms. Once you kick, it's an engagement for the hands. Like, the kick is basically setting up the hands.
It's like
So,
jab.
yeah.
Okay.
The kick is the setup. Now, when you kick, you have to be ready to fight. You can't go like this. Now he's just gonna pop you up.
Right.
Even if I kick like this and I come here, I'm putting myself in harm's way. But when you have, this is good, like to always have that rear hand up guarding while you kick, because he's gonna kick right back at you. That's good. But I'm talking about this front hand.
Okay.
Let it move more naturally. Like boom, bam. You're like you're like it's like out more,
Okay.
opposed to like kicking like this. You're basically cutting your arm off. It's almost like you don't even have an arm. You only got hit and you kick like this. You have an arm, use it. If you had a disability and your arm was, you didn't have an arm, then that'd be a different story. But you have that arm, you need to kick and be ready to fight back. You keep kicking with your arms all tucked in and you're going like this, and then all you have to do is just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll take the kick. You know what? I'll take the kick to the shin. I'm gonna knock you out with my punch. That's a good trade.
Yeah.
It's like me giving you $1. I mean, you know, you give me $1, you know, or like you give me 100, I give you $1. It's like that.
Right.
All right, I'll take the 100. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it's like you're kicking here. Okay, you got him, but you put yourself in so bad of a position that all he has to do is just do one punch and then you're knocked out. But if you kick like this, now you have this to hit him and this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you kick and then you're like ready to hit. Boom, then you're ready. You're always ready to hit back with that front arm. Just think of that as like this is like your primary defense and this. Do not tuck that away. You tucked it away, you lost a big key element of your defense mechanism. All right. Go ahead. One more to keep going. I don't have Brandon coming. Good. Alright, so one more thing for you. You're taller than all of us. You want to utilize your front hand more often. Like, kind of balance it out. Probably even sometimes even use this more than you do your leg. You kick so much, but you don't realize that you have such longer reach here and this is even faster. You might as well use this even more.
Yeah, you're pretty quick with your hands.
Yeah, so use this even more than this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's good that you're using the kicks. But you're doing like 90% kicks, 10% here. You like almost balance it out 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Because your hands are way faster than your legs. And once you get him worried about the hands, then you can start adding the kicks and you get easy to get the kicks.
Gotcha.
Alright, next, Brandon does it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Too slow. That kick, you might as well even throw it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You go too slow, you might as well not do it at all. Like either fast or just don't do it. I mean, this is safe sparring at high speed. This is not okay. Let's go really slow. No, this is like okay, high speed, touch contact. So if you're gonna throw a kick like this, don't even do it. You need to boom. Okay, unless you're like purposefully doing it to set something up, but this is just a dangerous thing to do because he just catches so easily.
Right.
But if you want to throw a slow punch out there to see if he'll like take it as bait, but I'm saying don't even bother throwing something if you're not gonna. If you feel that there's a 5% connection rate, or you're just gonna be slow about it, just don't even throw it at all. Okay, like I told him before, I'm not sure if you're here, but just think of it ammunition. I give you 30 rounds, I give him 30 rounds. You only have 30 attacks, otherwise you're done. So use it efficiently. You know what I'm saying? Don't just throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then now you only got 20 rounds left, and you didn't even hit him one time.
Right.
You didn't even phase him. And every time you throw out an attack, you're putting openings. I mean, when you do it here, you just left your groin area open. So you cannot do this slow. You need to do it like really fast to protect yourself.
Okay.
You need more speed. You came in here very soft, which is great, gentle. He needs to learn that, right? but you need to learn how to have more speed and a little bit more aggression. Like same thing with Natalia, he came in very shy and everything, but now he's a lot more like, aggressive with it, not in a bullying way,
I mean,
but it's more of a balance.
Right.
You need a little bit more aggression. He needs to learn how to like calm it down, relax, and be like less like, he looks like a bulldog. That's kind of how he fights, right? So he needs to calm it down. You're like a chihuahua that needs to kind of up it up, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like that, you know, the personality you can see, you know, so just up it up a little bit, more speed.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. Good. Nice. Nice.
You okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Now you're out. That's it.
I'll
Here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
It's not you.
No, it's not. It's not your fault.
We got some ice?
No, it's good. Come on. We got 2 minutes.
Just say one quick thing I noticed that I see you was talking about your hands. Trying to tighten them up a little bit because you're protect your fingers.
Oh, yeah, right.
Your hands look like a little loose.
Where is it? Where is it? The chin?
Yeah, there's a knot on there.
Okay.
It's okay.
You okay? Put something cold on it.
I'm alright, man. Get your lesson in. Oh, good. It's alright.
He's good. We'll deal with that. I'll give him some.
I got wood lock.
I got ice too. Yeah. So we'll take care of it. We forgot to mention that he's still got some pain here. So when we do it with him, don't even bother going down there. Just work the other techniques in other areas.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
I'm banged up too.
Say again?
So if you get hurt, you're out?
No, what do you mean you're out? No, he has to take a break.
You're out of the club.
No, he has to take a break.
I'm sorry, man.
Man, get your lesson.
Come on, get over here.
It's normal. That type of pain is normal. Good,
That was
good.
the opening right there.
Good. You need to attack more, Brandon. There you go.
I was sparring with him. We kicked at the same time. Man, I'll let you go.
Telegraph my cape on that one.
Nice.
Good. Alright, pause real quick. So, Shazay, you're doing pretty good with certain kicks.
And getting my openings.
Just like when you do a front kick, just have in mind like what are you aiming for, right? So the front kick is really good for shin attacks, really good for knee strikes, it's really good for the groin area, it's really good up to the chin, to the face. But if you're gonna kick into the stomach, that's not the kick that you. Depends if you're kicking forward, then yeah. But if you're coming at an angle, you gotta make sure you get that hook kick in, change it up,
Okay.
so that it's a different angle. Okay? So just remember that, and then I noticed it when I was sparring with you, but you stand too much in a line like this. I don't recommend that. I recommend to have like a balance in between, like right here, because then you can utilize your hands more. But here, you're taking away this part of your body. That's a huge advantage. Here now you have all the weapons in play. Here now you're limiting yourself severely, and you can't really even put much power into the punch because you're so turned already. Okay, so you need to open up your stance a little bit more. Okay, how's your foot?
I'm good.
Alright, yeah. So remind everybody when you spar, just remind them about this.
Yeah, but that was my fault because he met me with the kick. I was throwing it out there too. You know what I mean? So that's.
So I mean, that's he need like let it heal before like we like just basically acknowledge it and say, you know, this is still in pain.
Yeah.
Like, and so then we could work on other techniques.
Yeah.
Because even if it's all messed up, we can still work on the hand techniques.
Yeah.
And then rather than, oh, you know, that's messed up, so let me go a little higher. Let me try to get the thigh area. Let me try to get the stomach area.
Or I should have, or I could have changed my stance. And this leg,
Yeah,
this leg
exactly.
would have been good.
Are you laughing at it?
I'm not, but what I usually do is I usually stand like this until the person takes their stance. I don't usually rest.
Okay.
You know, but I could have, knowing that this was a weak area, I could have,
Yeah.
you know, took the liberty
Yeah.
to do that.
Like knowing that, you can either let them know or you purposefully change up your way of fighting. Like basically, okay, it's so messed up, I just won't even kick with this leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just work on this.
Yeah.
Or let me just work on my hands. Let me see if I can get away from his kicks while I don't kick.
Right.
And then I work on mainly my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you need to like protect your injuries. Like for example, my palm was hurting.
Yeah.
So then now I gotta do knuckle push-ups, or I gotta find a way around it.
Yeah.
You understand? So we don't want it to stop your ability to learn, but you don't want to keep re-injuring
Right.
it. So then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once it does get fully healed, then we're gonna, you know, we gotta work on some of those shin targeting drills, because if you want to get better at sparring at a higher level, you're gonna get more contact there, and we gotta be able to sustain, condition it, right?
Because like you never know, like with you and your dad, I know your arms and your legs, his legs are like iron too, man. But I didn't expect that without you. You know what I'm saying? So we were kicking, it was like, damn. You know, I was like,
Yeah, because he's a soccer.
yeah, you know, I was like,
So,
hey.
so it's mainly for the sparring specifically. We have to develop, especially basically everything here, you know. But it's this and this, and then for the street, we need to have the fists, right? So then, because right now we don't punch each other in the face or anything like that, but you don't know what your fist can do,
Right.
you know. So if you can't even do knuckle push-ups, that shows that if you had to use it, you probably don't have it yet.
Right.
You need to be able to do knuckle push-ups comfortably, right? You need to be able to hit the heavy bag with no pain. And once you get to that level, then you're pretty much good to go. It doesn't need to be that strong, just strong enough.
Right.
So that if you had to hit something, you're not going to hurt yourself.
I know
You know
like
what I'm
a friend, he got in a fight with some guys, this is when they was teenagers. He punched a guy in the back of his head, broke his hand.
Yeah, a lot of people, they break their hand or they break their wrist.
Right.
And we all know of how important the fingers are, and strengthen that and proper technique, because everybody's getting their fingers hurt.
Yeah.
But there's clearly people with weak fingers, there's clearly people with weak wrists and weak fists. There's people with weak shins, weak arms. So we need to develop those areas to a decent extent. I'm not saying you need to kick down buildings or trees. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you gotta break bricks. No, just enough so then you know that if you needed to punch, you got it, right? And that a decent amount of damage that you could sustain here, so that you could continue on the fight without taking you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so let it heal, and then that's showing you what you need to condition.
Okay.
All right, for you, remember, you kept it simple today. I didn't see no extraordinary
Yeah.
fitness
No
feats
stand.
or whatever. You know, so
Like the hand speed was
like-
out there when you threw it.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, you know, like young or old, the science is the simplicity. You know, the science, the straight line.
Yeah.
You know, young or old, that's what works. The young people, they like to throw in all these extra stuff because they want to make people be like,
Ooh,
wow,
okay.
cool, that's so cool, you know. They want to make themselves feel cool, you know. Or they might just have so much energy that they just want to do stuff. But that's not necessary for like practical. But if you want to do it, go ahead, but don't get hurt.
Right.
If you didn't get hurt, I probably won't say nothing. Whatever, go ahead, do it, and I'll make you pay. That's one thing. If we go harder, then I'll make you pay, and then I'll make you not want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the other thing that I noticed with me. You probably see like when there are times when I don't know if I'm not landing right, but I'm not trying to give my back to the person. I'm not trying to do an elbow, which I know I'm not supposed to do anyway. But you know, like when you counseled me on that the other day, it's not like that was my MO to get in there and do that and then turn the elbow. Somehow, I'm ending up with my back towards them. I don't know if it's I'm kicking and I'm not landing right.
You're not landing right.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is you're kicking and then you're landing like this. That's what's happening. And that's why you're like this. What you're supposed to do, if you do a roundhouse, you're supposed to kick all the way around. You know what I'm saying?
What am I doing?
You're doing like more like
You
this,
wait.
and then you're like this. You're landing like this. You're supposed to either land like this, or you kick all the way around and you're like this. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. The in between is what gets you in trouble.
Okay.
So that's why every time you land, you need to land lined up. Like I don't want to kick and then land like this. And Shazay starts off he's always like this. And that he's pretty much giving them his back. Because all they got to do is take a quick step. You know, let's say he's like here. All they got to do is, like Shazay's looking at me like this.
Right.
All they got to do is just come in here and just keep popping them like that. You're just giving them the back. He's supposed to be opened up like this. You know, but Shazay keeps going. So he's like setting it up. You know, where his back is going to be turned. So for you, you're kicking and then you're landing like this. And then they step in, and then that's why you feel like you need to do that.
Okay.
Because you're trying to recover.
Okay.
But by that time, he's already behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to face them, and every technique that you do, you need to continue to face them.
And that's really dangerous too, because whenever we do it, I mean, we're being safe, and we always say, okay, the person can, like when you do it, you run up behind me, you might hit me, or someone can grab me, but in real life, someone can kick you in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
And that'd be worse than anything.
That's the thing, you know, like if you don't recognize it, like there's some people that they just, oh, I didn't get hit, oh, everything's okay, but I'm holding back everything. So like say the guy, you know, he turned his back, oh, I'm okay, he didn't hit me, but you're not learning. Like I can, like not only can I hit you, but I could kill you if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the people, they don't realize that those are people that don't take it seriously. And that's why it's even pointless to even conduct this type of training, because I'm wasting my breath.
Right.
Do you guys want to get better? If you want to get better, okay, then this is why you don't do that. But if you don't care to get better, do whatever you want. I don't care. But in a real situation, unarmed, not with weapons, but if you turn your back on them, it could be some severe penalties for that. Doesn't mean that you can't turn your back. You just got to know what you're doing. You know, so if I'm coming here and I play around, boom, and then I can get them because I turn my back, but I know what I'm doing.
You plan it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can kind of plan it out, like you're coming in, bam, you can come up. You just know what you're doing. But if you're just giving your back to them simply because you lost control, you lost balance, or you didn't land correctly, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? So that's why your result, that's like a recovery method. Somebody's behind you. Like, say I'm fighting two people. There's no, ideally I want to put them both in front of me, but it just spontaneously happened. There's a guy behind me. And then that is one of the methods, elbowing them. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to recover from putting yourself in a bad position. You put yourself in a disadvantaged position, you're fighting him, all of a sudden you're trying to recover. And then you're resulting in techniques that are harder to control, that could jeopardize people's safety. That's why I said, don't do it, because you don't have the control, right? So rather than do that as a recovery method, okay, then recover like this, because that's not as dangerous.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Recover with your hand out, you know, and don't recover like this, because one elbow is pretty devastating, right? And that's what happens. People result in devastating techniques when they're in great danger because they didn't assess the situation, you know what I'm saying, properly, and then that's why they're resulting in really hard techniques. So, like, I don't care how much fitness training you do. You get an elbow in the face, you get a knee strike in the face, you're pretty much done. It's coming at full force, right?
Yeah.
So you need to like when you're fighting, anybody's fighting, you keep them away from you. I don't care how many weapons you got with you got a hammer, and I'm all the way here, how the hell are you gonna hurt me with a hammer unless you throw it at me, right? So when people, if you keep keeping your distance and you keep tagging them, like, that's the win-win situation.
That was in that book.
Yeah. I mean, they're like, okay, he's deadly, but his range is this. I don't care. See what I'm saying? Okay, but I don't care how deadly you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm tagging you every time. I mean, he's all bloodied up by the time he even gets close to me. You know, so like this right here is just natural fighting. We know what we could do with this. You don't even need to train this. You don't need to train this on anything. It's already naturally hard. This is not naturally hard. We need to train this, but this is naturally hard. Like a knee strike to the face. This is easy. It's like me telling you how to use a hammer. Oh, how many months of training do I need? Oh, 9 months of training to learn how to use a hammer? Really? I mean, it's like I'll teach you in a few seconds. All right, grab this hammer, pop, right? That's how elbow strikes and knee strikes are. Very simple. But to really get good at like movement and just like utilizing your hands as a way of like self-defense, that's a lot harder than just elbowing and knee striking somebody. You understand? Just realize that. This stuff is simple. Now, when you choke somebody, it requires a muscle development that could take time. I can show you how to choke somebody, but if you're weak, you're not going to be able to choke them out. Do you understand? I mean, this guy's benching over 300 pounds, squatting over 300 pounds. You think that if you bench press the bar that you're going to be able to choke him out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the choking and the joint manipulation is more about like that hardcore fitness training. You understand? So if you want to get better at that, then you better put some time in the weights, in the calisthenics. Because then you got that strength and you just, boom, you just put it on there immediately. You know what I'm saying? So that's part that he has, but if he does it with Richard, somebody that's bigger than him, he's going to have some struggling. That's like you doing it to him.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's bigger people out there, a lot bigger than him and me, that's going to give us a run for the money when it comes to like pure power. So then we have to wear them down.
Right.
With our punches, we wear them down and we go in for the kill.
Yeah, be
right?
more tactical. You can't out-brute somebody who's just clear stronger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so someone like, like we know that he's weak, that we're weaker for whatever.
Right.
Like the people that we know that we got to utilize tactics and then we go into the kill.
Right.
But if we ever fight somebody weaker than us, we're not going to just kill them, we're going to just control them. You understand?
Okay.
Like we just control, like we don't need to kill them, we just lock them down. All right, we got you, this, stop resisting or stop fighting, that's it. We don't got to kill them.
Right.
So we got compassion. But if somebody that's bigger than us that's trying to kill us, we got to wear them down and then we go into the kill. You understand? So the stronger you are, the better, the faster, the more flexible, everything. The more athletic you are, the better you are going to get at everything. Okay? You might be pretty decent in here at what we do, but there's a lot more bigger people and stronger people that are not in this room that we need to prepare for. Not just bigger and stronger, but multiple people coming at you. You got two big old brutes coming at you. What you gonna do? All right, let me chop this guy in the throat, put him out. Now I can focus on this dude. Okay? Technique is very important. You might not be as strong as them, but that chop was so precise that boom, he's done. You know what I'm saying? That one strike was all it took.
Right.
I don't care how much weightlifting you do. If I come from you from behind with a hammer and I smash you in the back of the head, you're done.
Right.
You understand? So that's kind of how some of these techniques are. He comes at me and he's a big brute. Let me just take out his knee. Bam! And then boom! His ACL just tore, or whatever the case may be, he's down. Right there. He's bigger than you, but you messed up his shin. He went
That was
down.
not on purpose.
You know what I'm saying? He went down. But that's what I'm talking about. It's not even about all strength. You know what I'm saying? You know how to hurt somebody no matter how strong they are, no matter how big they are. You know how you can hurt them. So that's when the technique comes into play.
It's like everybody has a weakness.
Yeah, everybody. So the whole objective is get as athletic as possible, and then move your body in as many different ways that you can. Like I would love to be able to kick high, but it is clear that that's not absolutely necessary for survival. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you decide to get armed, then it makes things very different too. Because once you got a gun with you, things change dynamically. You don't got a gun, okay, but you got a knife, things change. You don't got any weapons, you got the nunchuck on you, things change. But you have no weapons, nothing. Then to turn your body to a lethal weapon, it's a lot of work, but there's a science behind it. Learn that science, get good at the science, and then you can do add-ons. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a nice car, alright, you know, make sure you got the nice car first, and then you can start souping it up with little things. The rims, let me get the leather seats, let me get this.
Right.
The nice kicks is like the leather seats or something. Yeah, you know, it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like that nice stuff. The kicks look nice, and it's like, man, that dude, man, it could take 20 years to get good at kicks. You know what I'm saying? But it would take 20 years to bench press 300 pounds. I don't know how long it takes. But that's where the hard work comes in, that sets you apart from just the average person that has a gun, that has a bat, that has a hammer. Everybody's deadly when they got all these weapons, right? Yeah. Anybody, a lot of people that just weigh a lot, they pack a powerful punch. Right. Just that weight alone, you cannot afford to get hit by a big dude. Because he just got power behind it. Alright? So the concepts, ingrain this into your head. Every time you spar, then you're going to get better. Okay? So the taking the time to explain this thing is extremely important for your growth in the future. You know, but most people that don't take it serious, I'm not even going to bother explaining this stuff because they don't care. But if you care, then you realize, okay, you know, what we do for this. You know, like it doesn't. You know, flips are cool, but it doesn't. That's not really necessary for combat. If you could do it, that's great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not really necessary for combat. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that you can't try to do better than what you can. You know what I'm saying? So we want to keep getting better. Like, my kicks are decent enough, but I want to get better at it. When I get better at it, then I could pretty much beat somebody with grace. You know what I'm saying? Like just make it look cool. You know, like rather than just punch them, I kick them like 4 times in a row or something in the face or something. It just looks cool. So then you just kind of like get both. Get the practicality, and then keep developing yourself in other areas to develop like creativity. Alright? This ball is good.
Thank you.
Good job.
Baby girl.